The popular series of novels 50 Shades of Grey is helping to make erotic fiction mainstream, and publishers are taking notice. I'm Winnie O'Kelly, reporting for Business Day Live. We'll also take a look at how a new wave of advanced robotics is changing manufacturing. But first, I'm joined by Jack Ewing in Frankfurt for an update on the Eurozone crisis. Hello, Jack.
Hello, Winnie.
So after their vacations, it seems like the European leaders are coming together, and Greece is essentially saying something has to give in terms of austerity, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. The Greek officials, the Prime Minister, Mr. Samaras, and the Foreign Minister are traveling around European capitals this week, basically begging for more time to restructure the economy and get their budget under control.
And what are the odds of it getting any relief from the Germans or the other European leaders?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Winnie.
So what kind of relief might it get from German and other European leaders?
I think they're looking for a 2-year extension on the various changes they're supposed to make in the way the government operates and in how quickly they're supposed to bring down government spending. I think it's very unlikely they'll get 2 years. They're probably hoping for some kind of compromise in between there.
You know, in another development, it seems that Spanish yields have fallen in anticipation that the European Central Bank, led by Mario Draghi, will do whatever is necessary to keep the Eurozone through this crisis point this fall. Is that realistic? What will likely happen when the ECB next meets?
I apologize, Winnie. I didn't get your question.
Okay, so just tell us about what we expect from the ECB and Mario Draghi.
If you're asking about the ECB, the news today was that there was a lot of speculation that the ECB was going to be intervening more aggressively in bond markets. That comes from a story in Der Spiegel, the German magazine. And the ECB took the unusual step today of essentially denying that report and also issuing a rebuke to the Spanish government officials who seem to be trying to urge the ECB to take specific steps. The ECB does not like to be told by governments what it should be doing.
All right, thanks for speaking with me today, Jack. The use of robots on automotive assembly lines is well documented. Most of those robots are designed to efficiently perform a single task. But as my colleagues Stephen Farrell and John Markoff report, a new wave of machines capable of complex, delicate work is changing how we use robots.
This is a mobile robot. This is a robot that can navigate and drive its way through environments where there's walls.
Robots making the rounds are a common sight at the offices of Adept Technologies. Adept is one of the companies designing the next generation of robotics. And in the future, how they adapt may be just as important as how much they accomplish.
And there it goes.
Robots have been performing rote tasks like welding auto frames for decades. But a new generation that can handle delicate, irregular objects and adapt to assembly line shifts is poised to change manufacturing around the world. At Earthbound Farm in Central California, Adept robots pack boxes of organic mixed greens right alongside workers.
There is a great amount of care that it takes to get the product from the field to the fork in a safe and efficient manner. And I see robots as the next wave of that efficiency gain.
For years, many manufacturing workers have been trained to be more precise and machine-like. Comedians like Charlie Chaplin and Lucille Ball poked fun at the speed and complexity of modern manufacturing.
You're doing splendidly. Speed it up!
But today it is machines that are ever more human in their abilities. Grippers and hands can now handle delicate electronics and irregular foodstuffs. Thanks to advances in optical recognition technology, they are also able to determine if a part is out of place and adapt in real time.
This is a software test bed that we have, but what it really shows is how well vision, sight, and robots can be integrated together to be able to dynamically tell the robot where product is and it'll do it at very high rates of speed. And what I'll show you is I'll move some of the product on this belt, and you'll see the robot seamlessly moves over and adapts to where that product is to make the same motion.
These advances are of obvious benefit at a factory like Earthbound Farm, where for now, robots pack uniform boxes, but may soon be doing even more.
Not only can you pick up weird shaped things and orient them correctly, but you can also view them through the arms of that robot. And so you can incorporate quality inspections to that process, or any number of different things can all come together at that one station, where it might have taken us 4 or 5 stations in the past to reach that same objective.
Human workers, the company says, will be trained for higher level jobs.
You know, we don't view the robot as a way to eliminate the labor. It's just really an opportunity for us to raise that skill set and help everybody realize a better life as a result of that. You know, get them out of that repetition and get them into a place where they can earn a higher wage and be more successful.
Earthbound calculates that robotics may speed up its packing line by as much as 30%. The production streamlining and accuracy of modern robotics may lure manufacturers from Asia back to the United States, even for precision goods like solar panels and cell phones.
You know, I think that robotics is going to lead to a renaissance in American manufacturing, the ability to build products here as cost effectively as anywhere else in the world. And it will mean that there will be a mix of people and robots working together to create the jobs of the future and the manufacturing of the future.
Summer, a single series of erotic novels has dominated bestseller lists. Deputy Business Editor David Gillen explains how 50 Shades of Grey is changing the book industry's perception of the romance genre.
This book, what the hell?
It's about bondage, and can I just say, Barbara, you're looking very S&M today.
I do. So we're still going with 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey, karaoke time.
Never do anything that hurts.
It's been the summer of 50 Shades of Grey. The erotic series has outsold even Harry Potter on Amazon.com and provided a big boost to the already thriving romance novel industry.
50 Shades of Grey, the trilogy, the 4 books, we at Amazon talk about them as 4 books. There are 3 in the trilogy, and then there's an omnibus edition. And those are the top of our bestseller list for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks now. So, I mean, to the romance business, they're hugely important. To books in general, they're enormously important.
Romance fiction is a $1 billion+ a year business, but 50 Shades has lured a new kind of reader to the genre.
I think what it comes down to, at least with 50 Shades of Grey, is that because it's so popular, people throw away their preconceived notions of what a romance novel is, or even more specifically, what an erotic romance novel is.
In the beginning, the first one that I started reading, I was a little bit, wow, but I don't think it's that far off. People just enjoy themselves in different ways.
I think the romance community loves 50 Shades just because it's brought so many non-romance readers to the genre. I mean, it's introduced a lot of people to some authors that maybe they hadn't recognized or hadn't read before, and we love it.
I really enjoy being able to recommend books that people will enjoy.
Publishers say the book's popularity has encouraged them to look farther afield for new talent. 50 Shades was originally published by a small Australian press as an e-book and eventually discovered by Knopf Doubleday's Vintage Books.
In the old days, it was a kind of a cloistered and closed network. Agents would submit books to publishers, and publishers would either accept or reject them. But now, of course, you know, everybody's going further afield. You have agents and publishers both reading blogs. You know, you have writers who are building out their own platforms.
To me, I think the biggest change that 50 Shades will have on publishing is that it clearly is ushering in an era of self-publishing being a viable route for writers.
Determining what the next big hit will be is the struggle for industry insiders. Meantime, fans of 50 Shades can look forward to the movie version and even a classical music album.
There have been a lot of voices raised, both pro and con. for the trilogy. But at the end of the day, the readers have their vote, and 25 million readers can't be wrong.
That's all for today. Please stay with us online at nytimes.com for our continuing coverage of this and other stories. I'm Winnie O'Kelly, reporting for Business Day Live. Thanks for watching.